Hello from every part of the world you are watching us from. Welcome to a new episode of the Youth Circle here on New World News. I still remain your host, Princess McAfee. With me today are three amazing people. Before then, thanks for your continuous follow of the Youth Circle playlist on YouTube and on Facebook. And please do like, comment, share, and do subscribe to our pages. Our topic today is, what does it mean to be a leader? Being a leader means taking on the responsibility of guiding, influencing, and inspiring others toward a common goal. It's more than just holding a title or being in charge. True leadership involves several key qualities and action. My guests today are Benedict, Ismaelu, and Frank. You guys are welcome.
Thank you.
Please do present yourself. I'll start with Ismaelu.
Thank you. Like you said, I'm Ismael Chakuriko. I'm a youth leader and English language promoter. I'm grateful for being invited here. Thank you very much. And I'm very glad to be here.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Frank.
Okay, hello. My name is Akutukosi Frank. I'm an English coach, and yeah, I love English. That's all about me. Thank you for inviting me. I hope that the answers that I'm gonna provide is gonna be sufficient to, give you something.
Thanks for coming too. My lady.
Okay, hello. My name is Kedea Atiogbe Isodeke Benedict, and I'm a customer service support. Thank you for having me on your show.
Thank you for coming too.
Thank you.
So our topic for the day, as I earlier said, is, what does it mean to be a leader? My first question to you guys would be, who do you think a leader is? Ismail.
Simply, a leader is someone who has a vision and a clear path to achieve it. And he ensured that any member of his team is very, very implied in the implementation of his vision. Briefly.
Okay. Frank.
Thank you. So, who is a leader? That's a really good question. I think everybody is a leader.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody is a leader. John Maxwell said, a leader is that person who knows the way, shows the way, and then knows the way, shows the way, and lead people on the way, actually. So if we're talking about having a vision, taking people from point A to point B, we all do that. Like if you parent, you have your family, you have to make sure that they grow and they get to a better life and everything. So I believe everybody is a leader.
Yeah. Do you believe everybody is a leader too, Benedict?
Well, this is possible, okay? But a leader for me is someone we can refer ourselves to, first of all. Mm-hmm. Someone that inspires us and motivates us for a certain achievement in a domain, for example.
Okay.
So,
what are the essential qualities of a leader? I'll start with Benedict from here.
Okay, all right. To be a leader for me is, first of all, having a vision, okay? Because it is very important for a leader to know where he's heading to, okay, where he's going, and the goals that are defined to go there. So having a vision is a very important thing as a leader. And the second thing I'm going to mention is communication skills. That is really important. I'm not talking about talking, communication. So communicating about maybe the goals and whatever has to be done. And the third one is the listening skills. It is very important for a leader to be able to listen to each members of his team, to be able to do the work as the way it should be done. And the last one I will be mentioning is empathy. Empathy is very, very important to be able to understand the feelings of the others that you are working with, and then maybe find solution to any problem that may come. So thank you.
So if you are not able to find solution for whatever may comes your way, then you are not a good leader, or you're not a leader.
Well, that's part of it, because as a leader, we take you as an hero. So an hero is someone who solves often problems. If you are not able to solve problems, then it decreases your magic. If I should put it that way.
Frank, what do you think are the qualities of a good leader or a leader?
I think she just said it, and is totally true. I'm going to add something that is going to cover more than empathy and everything. So you need to have a vision to be a leader. Because people said if you take a blind person, after they have gone through that process of trying to get better, but a blind person, actually, they just walk in circle, going nowhere. So the vision is really important. That's the first things if you want to be a leader. And then you move on to loving people. You have to put yourself at the second place. That's what I think actually encompasses all the qualities about. We might mention empathy. So when you love somebody, of course you have empathy toward a person, and you listen to the person, and then you try to see the things from the person's point of view. So love is gonna cover all those things. And then I'm gonna talk about critical thinking, as she mentioned. You have to be able to think. Leadership is about not showing the answers to your members, but leading them to the answer. So it's like you have a quiz, and you don't provide the answer to your student. You have to find a way to lead them, asking questions or all those things that you can do, and then they find the answer themselves. So and at the end, she mentioned you have to be able to communicate. That's the key. Somebody said, human being, we just talk all days long. We wake up, we talk, and then we keep on talking until we go to bed. That's all we do. So talking is, as you mentioned, it's not only about talking, but it's about communicating, how to make sure that the vision that you have, you can just put that in the mind of those that are going to work with you, so the work can be well done. So those are what I think, on my point of view, those are the essential qualities of a good leader. Yeah.
Ismail, I'll go with you.
Thank you. Benedict and Frank tried to cover all the features of leader, but I can add that the motivation is very essential, because a good leader must try to motivate his team members by set the goal or the purpose of his activities. What does he like his members to do in the team? And the second point in the creativity. A good leader is try to innovate creatively and boldly, and he promotes how can I put it? He promotes new ways to reflect, new ways to do, and he's open-minded to any kind of situation. So the third point I can add is they are also caring. They ensure that all members of their team have the support, the whole resources to effectively to do the job. That is the main goal of their team. So I can add that the leaders they don't stop learning. They are constantly reading books. They are constantly they are training themselves to other skills. I can say that. So briefly, they try to cover, but that's what I can add.
Okay, so leaders should not be one-way persons.
Yes,
they should always learn from others. They should always learn from the, let's say, social media things, or read books. Be well informed about everything concerning their team.
Yes,
that's true.
Okay.
Yes, that's right.
So then, is leadership about position or influence? I'll go with Ismail.
Leadership is much about influence, not position, because if you are a leader of position and you don't know how to gather your team member around an activity. So you must understand that when you are a leader, it is not about comments, but it is about guides. It is not about giving orders, it is about inspire others. So even if you are a leader of position and you don't know how to motivate your team member, you don't know how to tell them the way you want the job to be done. So you are not a good leader. So leadership is much about influence, not about position. That's my point of view.
So if you are a leader, you have to make influence.
Yeah.
So if they mention your name, but let's say, for example, Benedict is a leader, they should know she has an influence, that something that is influencing people to follow her or to work with her.
That's
so
true.
Benedict, is leadership about position or influence?
Well, I think in my point of view, personally, leadership is about influence. Let me explain the thing. For me to accept you as or willing you to be my leader, I will have to understand or see some perspective that you have, the vision that you have, the way you reason, and also the action that you take that comes with the perceptions that you have. So you are influencing me indirectly to maybe follow you or listen to you or want to ask you maybe some pieces of advice when it comes to some certain domain or decisions. So yeah, that's
just like people that talk, like speak motivational speaks on
Exactly.
social media platform or our TV stations.
yeah,
Frank.
kind of.
All right, that's good. Frank.
Okay, thank you for the question. I think on my personal point of view, position, how am I going to put, is an obstacle to leadership.
Leadership.
Okay.
Okay.
I define leader being everybody, like everybody's a leader. So we don't all have positions. Like some people are simple student or a humble worker, or you do your little job and then you come back home. So you don't have any position in that case. But you have to be a leader to lead your family to some place, or your friend, or even if it's a soccer game, you have to lead your team. So position has nothing to do with leadership. Leader have to earn respect and fellowship. You earn it. You don't impose it into people. You have that charisma, that thing that you don't say it is not by your paper or the structure of your company that is saying you are this. No, you have to earn it. So people start loving you, following you without knowing, as she just mentioned. So people always look at or look after, or they look to people, and they always trying to see if the person has my vision, if he's doing all right, if he's doing what he's saying. So a leader is a person that earn fellowship and his teammate respect and everything, and it's not about position.
I would like
A lot of people, when they mention, like, they make them leader of a group of a team, they really think that they are the bosses. So they take it as a big position.
Yeah,
so they have the
do.
right to just shout on people, talk to people anyhow. Ismael, you want to say something?
Yeah. Firstly, what is the definition of influence? What is influence in leadership? Influence is about try to modify others' values, attitudes, and beliefs. And being just a positional leader is not enough to achieve this goal. Now, coming back to what is a true leader, So if you are a leader, you have to try to. It's very important to communicate your vision. If you are not able to grasp all the members of your team around your vision, it will be very difficult to achieve your goal. So, in conclusion, I will say that it is possible to be a leader a positional leader without influence, and it is also possible to be a person with an influence without a position. But the ideal scenario will be to have in any organization a leader both powerful and influential. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So how common challenges do leaders face, and how can they navigate them? I'll go with Frank.
Okay, I was praying you might choose.
Ismail before
yeah. But anyway, what are those challenges? I am going to talk about resilience. You have to be resilient if you are a leader. Why? Because that's actually the reason why people follow you. So you are there, you listen to them, and you give them support and everything, but most of the time they don't give it back to you.
Yeah.
So you have to be resilient, and you have to be mentally strong.
Yeah.
So most of the time the challenges is the fact that you carry that burden of the vision, and you are doing the work, you are showing how to do the work, and you are helping them. You find a way to enlighten the fire that they can find motivation, as sir mentioned. So you have to do all that at the same time. So the challenge is how to keep up. So a good leader is that person that does the work at the workplace, and then when you come back home, you have to listen to your wife or your children and everything. So a challenge I'm going to talk about there is how you become drained out of energy. You don't have energy anymore, because at the work you're there for people. So you're the second person. You come back home, you have to be there for people as well. So you are always there for people,
yes.
And you ask yourself, who is going to be there for you? You forget yourself.
By doing all those things. And some people may say leadership is about patience. If you are not a patient person, don't be a leader.
You can't.
That's true.
Because leading people is very difficult.
Yeah.
Especially if you meet some stubborn people. Some people are very stubborn that if you are not careful, you might make mistakes that you are not.
You may become crazy before your
crazy.
time.
So Benedict, what are the challenges?
The challenges.
And how can they navigate them?
Okay.
Both together.
The challenges I found, or I think leaders may have, is first of all the building trust first of all, and maintaining that trust. Because first, to be able to have a team, your team has to trust you, and you have to be able to maintain that trust. Okay, so to handle that challenge of trust that you may have in your team, I may enumerate as a solution or maybe an outcome to apply transparency, fairness, and to be someone who wants or who is willing to receive feedback from the team. And the second challenge I may enumerate is how to manage changes that may come in the team. Okay, so some people or some members of the team may be resistant to the change that you may bring because they don't understand the why of the change. So it's for you now to let them sit down, okay, communicate clearly about the changes that you may do and the why of the changes. What's the outcoming of those changes? So I think I'm done with the two.
All right.
Yeah.
Ismail.
The first challenge is stay humble. You just said that when a leader sometimes he thought that he's the boss, everybody should
abide to their rules.
Yeah.
Well, everybody should do what he wants to do, not
worship him.
You must be humble when you are a leader. That is the first challenge. The second challenge is overcoming fear. When you are a leader, sometimes you feel fear because you don't know how to say something. You are thinking how people will react to this decision, but you have to take take the decision. So you have to abandon fear and go ahead. Just tell what you want. The third point is managing human resources. It's not easy to manage people, human beings. because every single member of your team has his values, has the manner he talks, has many things. You have to reconcile all that thing and try to gather your team around your vision. The fourth point is delivering bad news.
Yeah.
When you are a leader, you go to a meeting and there is a bad news there, and you came back. How to tell the bad news? So how to communicate? And Benedict said it. A leader must develop skills to communicate without frustrating others. Yeah. And the final point is projecting calm. In frustration situation, you must compose yourself.
Yeah.
You must be patient. You must tolerate. That's all I can say. Thank you.
Okay, then, as a leader, how do you manage challenges that brings you out of your comfort zone? I'll go with Benedict.
I knew it. Let's first of all talk about the fact that sometimes you may face as a leader some situation that may let you or ask you to come out of your zone, as you said, and to handle that situation. I think the first thing I will propose is just to shift your perspective.
Okay.
First of all, before all the changes may come your way, okay, you had some perspective. So now that the changes come, you have to shift them to another perspective or other perspective that will help you now handle the change much more better and adapt yourself to the situation. Okay. So the second one I may mention is looking for a mentorship. So look for someone that will help you handle the situation, maybe someone that went through the same situation you have been going through, and may help you, give you ideas, pieces of advice, tell you what to do, what not to do, and stuff. And it is also very important to look for information, searching every day, every time, and see how you can adapt yourself to all situations that may come your way. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Frank.
Okay, what are those challenges? So I'm going to talk about two, and the first one is being emotionally intelligent.
Okay.
When you're dealing with the
And
people,
strong.
you gotta be strong, man. When it comes to dealing with the people, you gotta be strong. So that's the first challenge, and we know how human beings are, and human beings are not just a person at work. They have family, they have problems in many and different part of their lives. So a leader have to be able to actually see the person they are working with, not only to get to their vision, but to help the person grow personally. So, and in that journey, you might face some differences, like the person has a different point of view, and you have to make sure that everything is aligned with, everything is fine. If you don't have the same word, you cannot move forward. So that's the challenge. And I mentioned that a leader is a lover. So you bring back the love that you supposed to have, that you are a leader and you love the person. Like you go back like a father at home has to love his child and tolerate some things like you don't take as a hard feeling. And when you go to work, the co-worker gonna do the same thing to you, and you have to be able to just love and get over it. So the last challenge, and I think, is how to manage failure. So people follow you because you are organized, you have plans, and they believe you're gonna go somewhere. But life is not pink all time. So someday you win, someday you fail. So you have to. So that's happened. So everybody knows that if you want to become successful, you have to deal with failure. So leader are those people that supposed to bring success to the team. So you are going to fail. And there is no doubt about it. So you have to be able to manage it and know that life is about winning and failing at the same time. Thank you.
Okay. I think the best way to handle leadership challenges is be skilled at make decision. If you are skilled to make decision at the right time, we can really tackle some challenges. That's the first point. The second point is prioritize your activities, because when you are a leader, you have some immense activities to do, and if you don't have the ability to for a planification of your activities, you are lost. You don't have when to do some this or to do that, so you have to elaborate a planification of your activities. The third point is to listen to others. Sometimes in some teams, the problem is that the leader is not he's not close to his team members. He's not listening to ideas. He's not listening to questions. So a leader must be much attentive, closer to his team members, in order to require all the ideas of all the team members. So the final point is to continue to improve and adapt to situations, because every day with his situation, you can anticipate the situation of tomorrow, of next week, of next month.
So all is about being dynamic.
So every day you must be adaptative. Thank you.
To your goals. So what are the key experiences that help develop leadership? I'll go with key experiences. I'll go with Ismail.
Experiences. Everything starts from my personal point of view. Everything starts in the family. Because the education you have start from the family, and what your parents give to you as education will impact or will how can I put it, will modelize how your life is going to be. So everything starts in the family and in the professional area. How do you react to your employee? How do you react to your colleagues? How do you react to customers? So like Frank said, every member have his own history, and the leader have to abide by this history and try to make his own path. So everything starts in the family, in the professional area, and in the society.
Benedict.
Okay, apart from what Ismail said, I think adding up maybe some trainings and networkings. Today we have a lot of trainings and networking in NGOs, institutions that may help you develop more or have more experience in the domain. Okay, and the second thing I may mention in that side is maybe coach others. Okay, in school we used to do something. For example, if you are very good in a certain field, you may help the other person to maybe get better in that domain. So by that you get to maybe improve yourself more and more, or master what you know already. So everything is about practicing and perfectioning what you know already. And the last thing I may maybe enumerate or mention is maybe take often or try and take on some leadership positions. Sometimes when you have the opportunity to do that is very helpful. So thank you.
Frank.
Thank you. They've said it all. I just want to bring back the position point that we talked about. So experience that might give you a leadership skills is when you have on your paper, you went to school, you have the degree, and people see that you're good. They hire you, and then you have the position, and there you need to be a leader. So I don't know, maybe in the curriculum of your university, they might put in leadership things and everything, but when it comes to experience that might really make it happen, is when you occupy a position. Because if you are a natural born leader, you earn people's trust and they come to you naturally. So you start being a leader when people naturally just come to you. But if you have to experience it, it's when you occupy a position without that skill, and then you have to manage to bring those person from point A to point B. So those are the challenge experiences.
Yeah, time is not in our favor, but I'll ask you this last question, but you just give one answer. Who do we call a successful leader? In all, just to conclude, Ismail.
It's an authentic person.
Okay. And
For me, is not only someone that achieve a goal, but someone that make each members of his team feel important to that achievement. So that's it.
Frank, one sentence.
A successful leader, as Jesus said, is a lover. So I'm gonna stick with that. He's a lover. You have to love.
A successful leader is a lover.
Lover, yeah.
Make sure you love others as you love yourself. It's very important. On this walls, we'll end this show. But before then, thank you very much for making time to be here with me today
most welcome.
on the Youth Cycle. I hope I'll see you very soon for other topics.
All right.
Okay, we can't conclude this show today without acknowledging or shouting out to our production team. My producer Jerry Achogbe, thank you very much. My director Rishaf Korofanga, thank you. His assistant Christian Obanikwe, and to my MCR Solange Geli, thank you very much, and the whole production crew, thank you very much for the great job you guys are doing. Remember to keep following the Youth Cycle on YouTube, is the Youth Cycle, and on Facebook, Youth Cycle. Keep following, keep subscribing, keep commenting, and keep liking. It's very, very important. Youth Cycle is shows every Friday at 11:15 a.m. and repeats every Sunday at 6:15 p.m. See you next week, same time. Bye-bye.